Be me, Megan, 34, Human Resources Director. Been in this role for 3 years, worked my ass off to get here. Finally in a position where I can actually make real change. Not just talk about equality, but engineer it from the ground up. Today's the day I'm implementing my new team restructure. Spent 6 months planning this, getting buy-in from leadership. They trust me because I've never steered them wrong. Little do they know this is going to revolutionize everything. Walking into the office Monday morning with my restructuring plan. Going to announce the new team compositions today. Carefully selected women from across departments. Put them together in the highest visibility, highest revenue projects. Sales. Team Alpha, all women. Product Development Team 1, all women. Client Services Premium Tier, all women. Meanwhile, mix some men into lower priority projects. Diversity is important after all. Just not for the teams that really matter. Called the all-hands meeting. Everyone's confused about the sudden restructure. Don't care, I have the authority and the vision. We're implementing a new team structure based on collaboration compatibility research. That's what I'm calling it publicly. Internally, I know what this really is. It's about finally giving women the opportunities they deserve. Letting them shine without male ego getting in the way. Without constant interruptions and mansplaining. First week goes by, checking in with my all-female teams constantly. How's everything going? Feeling empowered. Most of them seem stressed, but I chalk it up to adjustment period. Change is always hard at first. Jessica, from Sales Team Alpha, mentions they're having trouble coordinating. Just work through it. You're all brilliant. Notice some of the women asking if they can pull in resources from other teams. No, you have everything you need within your group. They need to learn to rely on each other. Build that solidarity. Second week. Starting to hear grumbling. Men are complaining about the restructure. Specifically Jordan from the old sales team. He corners me in the hallway Monday morning. Megan, we need to talk about these team changes. Here we go. What about them, Jordan? I've been here 7 years. I had relationships with half those clients. Now I'm on a team handling small accounts. Everyone needs to be flexible in their roles, Jordan. This is about organizational growth. Organizational growth? My old team is struggling. Sarah called me twice asking for help with the Davidson account. Then she needs to figure it out herself. That's how people develop. He's getting visibly angry now. Face turning red. Figure it out? I spent 2 years cultivating that relationship. That account is worth $3 million annually, and I'm sure the team will maintain it. They don't know the client's procurement process. They don't know the decision makers. They don't... Jordan, I'm going to stop you right there. What I'm hearing is a lot of assumptions about what women can and can't do. His jaw literally drops. That's not I never said anything about women. You didn't have to. Your lack of faith in your colleagues speaks volumes. Walk away before he can respond. That felt good. Shutting down that nonsense. Week 3. The complaints are getting louder. Now it's not just Jordan. David from Product Development catches me at my desk. Megan, I need 15 minutes of your time. Check my watch like I'm busy. I have a meeting in 20 minutes. This can't wait. The sprint results came in for Team 1. And they completed 23 story points. The previous 6 sprints under the old structure averaged 47. It's been 3 weeks, David. You can't judge productivity over 3 weeks. Yes, actually you can. That's why we measure in 2-week sprints. And it's not just velocity, code quality is down, bug counts are up. He's got printouts. The audacity. Spreading papers on my desk like he's presenting evidence at trial. Look at these metrics. Error rate increased 340%. Customer reported issues up 156%. David, metrics don't tell the whole story. Metrics tell exactly the story. That's literally their purpose. What they don't tell you is the qualitative experience of the team members. The qualitative experience? 3 people have come to me asking when the teams are going back to normal. Then maybe those people aren't adapting well to change. He stares at me like I've grown a second head. Megan, I've worked in tech for 15 years. I know what good teams look like. This isn't it. What I'm hearing, David, is a lot of resistance to a structure that doesn't center male contribution. His face goes from confused to angry in about 2 seconds. Center male contribution? I'm talking about deliverables. I'm talking about our product being broken. I understand you're uncomfortable. Don't do that thing where you make this about my feelings. This is about numbers. Numbers that you're interpreting through a particular lens. The lens of mathematics? The lens of objective reality? This conversation is going nowhere. I appreciate your feedback, David. I'll take it under consideration. Under consideration? We have a release in 6 weeks. Then I'm sure the team will rise to the challenge. He leaves muttering something I pretend not to hear. Week 5. Called into a meeting with the vice president of sales. Michael, one of those old school guys who I've had to educate before. He's got a laptop open. Looks grim. Megan, we need to discuss Sales Team Alpha's performance. Of course. What would you like to know? I'd like to know why their numbers are down 34% compared to last quarter. Okay. That's worse than I expected. We're in a transitional period. Transitional period? Megan, we're talking about a $2.1 million revenue gap. Revenue fluctuates quarter to quarter. Not like this, it doesn't. And it's not just revenue close rate is down. Average deal size is down. Customer retention is down. He spins the laptop around. There's a whole dashboard, all red arrows pointing down. I've compared their performance to Sales Team Beta and Gamma. Both are up year over year. Both are mixed teams. What's different about Alpha? Beta and Gamma have different client portfolios. They have the same types of clients they've always had. Alpha has the premium portfolio, or had. We're bleeding clients. I think if you look at external market factors. I've looked at external market factors. Our competitors are up this quarter. This is internal. Time to take control of this conversation. Michael, I understand the numbers look concerning in isolation, but we need to consider the long-term cultural investment we're making. He closes his laptop slowly. Cultural investment. Yes. We're building teams that represent the future of work. The future of work where we lose money? The future of work where diverse voices are elevated. Sales Team Beta is diverse. They're performing well. Sales Team Alpha is homogeneous and performing poorly. It's not the same kind of diversity. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Explain what you mean by that. I mean that we've created an environment where certain people can work without certain dynamics. Certain dynamics like closing sales. He's being deliberately obtuse, like male-dominated conversation patterns that suppress contribution. Megan, there are no men on the team to dominate anything. Exactly. And once they adjust to that freedom, it's been 5 weeks. We don't have time for adjustment. I'm losing clients. He stands up, clearly frustrated. I'm giving this 2 more weeks. If numbers don't improve, we're restructuring back. You don't have the authority to. I absolutely have the authority over sales team composition. 2 weeks. He leaves. This is fine. Just need to coach the teams better. Send out an email to all the team leads offering additional support. Week 6. Everything starts falling apart at once. Monday morning, there's a meeting on my calendar I didn't schedule. Team performance review with the Chief Operating Officer. Fuck. Show up to the conference room. It's not just the Chief Operating Officer. It's the Chief Operating Officer, Vice President of Sales, Vice President of Product, Vice President of Client Services, and the Chief Financial Officer. This is bad. They have a projector set up. This is very bad. Chief Operating Officer starts talking, his voice measured. Megan, we've been tracking the performance of the teams restructured 5 weeks ago. 6 weeks. I correct him. Why did I correct him? 6 weeks. We now have enough data to identify clear patterns. The projector turns on. It's a comparison dashboard. Every metric you can imagine. Let's start with sales. Team Alpha, your all-female team, currently down 41% in revenue versus last quarter. There's a graph. It's unmistakable. Teams Beta and Gamma, both mixed gender, up 12% and 8% respectively. Chief Financial Officer chimes in. That's a $2.8 million delta we're talking about. In 6 weeks. If we look at client services, Chief Operating Officer continues. Customer satisfaction scores for the premium tier team, also all-female, dropped from 4.6 to 3.1 stars. Mixed teams in standard and basic tiers maintained their 4.5 average. Vice President of Client Services looks miserable. We've had 4 clients specifically request team changes. 3 threaten to leave entirely. Vice President of Product pulls up another slide. Development Team 1, your all-female engineering team. Oh God, there are so many red metrics. Velocity down 51%, bug density up 340%, missed deadlines on 4 of 6 milestones. Meanwhile, Team 2, mixed gender, including several women, I might add, shipped early and under budget, trying to maintain composure. I understand the metrics appear concerning. Appear? Chief Financial Officer interrupts. These aren't apparent concerns. These are quantified losses. But we need to consider that these teams are dealing with adjustment periods. They're working against established patterns. The mixed teams adjusted fine, Chief Operating Officer says flatly. Actually, they improved. Why would only the all-female teams struggle with adjustment? Walked right into that one. Because they're working without the infrastructure of male professional networks that... Vice President of Sales literally laughs. Actually laughs. Megan, half of Team Alpha's clients were handed to them. They had existing relationships, existing contracts, they just had to maintain them, and they're doing their best. Their best lost us the TechFlow account, $890,000 annually. The client specifically said they felt the new team didn't understand their needs. Chief Operating Officer puts up another slide. This one is brutal. It's a comparison of team composition versus performance across every metric. All female teams, bottom quartile in everything. Mixed teams, top 2 quartiles in everything. The one all-male team, apparently in information technology infrastructure, middle quartile. Megan, we're a data-driven organization, Chief Operating Officer says. These numbers tell us something clearly. Homogeneous teams underperform, regardless of gender, but especially when assembled for ideological rather than functional reasons. Need to push back somehow. I reject the premise that these teams were assembled ideologically. Megan, he cuts me off, and his voice is harder now. We have your emails. The room goes cold. Your emails to yourself, your notes, your planning documents. Information technology pulled them this morning. They what? We have documentation of you explicitly organizing teams by gender with the stated goal of proving women's superiority in collaborative environments. Those were private notes. We have emails where you deliberately placed high-performing men on low-priority projects. Oh fuck. We have messages where you coached the all-female teams to resist male patterns of contribution, even though there were no men on their teams. Chief Financial Officer jumps in now, and she looks disgusted. Do you know what you've exposed us to legally? She's a woman. Maybe she'll understand. Every man you deliberately passed over for these teams has grounds for discrimination claims. That's not, I was creating opportunities for women. By explicitly limiting opportunities for men based on their gender, that's textbook discrimination. Jordan appears at the door. When did he get here? Is this the meeting? He asks. Come in, Jordan, Chief Operating Officer says. Oh no. Jordan walks in, and behind him are David, 3 other guys from sales, 2 from product development. They all look angry. Really, really angry. Gentlemen, we were just reviewing the performance data with Megan, Chief Operating Officer says. Jordan doesn't wait. 6 weeks ago, I was managing a $12 million portfolio. Today, I'm cold calling small businesses because Megan decided my gender made me less suitable for client relationship management. His voice is shaking with anger. I have emails from 3 of my former clients asking where I went. The Davidson account? They're leaving. $2 million. Gone. Jordan, if the team had properly maintained, I start. Don't. He cuts me off. Don't you dare blame them. You set them up to fail. I did no such thing. You took established accounts away from people who built those relationships and handed them to people who'd never interacted with those clients. Because I believed in their ability to... You believed in your ideology more than you believed in what's actually good for this company. David steps forward now. My team came to me in tears, Megan. Actual tears. That seems dramatic. They're underwater on every project. They're working 60-hour weeks trying to catch up. And you know what they said? They said they feel like they're failing women everywhere because you told them this was about proving something. Okay, I may have put some pressure on them. I encouraged them to. You told Sarah that if the team failed, it would be used as ammunition against women in tech for years. Did I say that? I might have said that. That's an unfair characterization. I have the Slack message, David says, pulling out his phone. He reads it verbatim. Okay, I definitely said that. Another guy, Kevin from sales, speaks up. You want to know what's funny? Team Beta, the one that's up 12%, it's led by Jennifer, a woman. Half the team is women, but they're not. They're not what? They're not ideologically pure enough for you? His voice is getting louder. They're just good at their jobs, working with other people who are good at their jobs, and nobody gives a shit what's between anyone's legs. Jennifer built that team on merit, Jordan adds. She picked people based on their skills and how they work together. Radical concept. Chief Operating Officer raises a hand. Gentlemen, I appreciate your input. We're addressing this. They don't leave, though. They just stand there, staring at me. Megan, Chief Operating Officer continues, effective immediately. You're being placed on administrative leave. What? This is pending a full investigation into discriminatory practices, but given the performance impact and legal exposure, you can't. I'm the Human Resources Director. You were the Human Resources Director. Jennifer will be Interim Human Resources Director as of this afternoon. Jennifer. The one I passed over for this job 3 years ago. The one who probably doesn't even understand what I was trying to do. This is retaliation for... For what? Chief Financial Officer interrupts. For implementing policies that cost us millions and exposed us to discrimination lawsuits? For trying to create equity. You created the opposite of equity, she says. And she sounds personally offended. You told the organization that you don't believe women can succeed alongside men, that they need special protected teams. Do you know how insulting that is? Wait, what? I was trying to help women. You were trying to validate your worldview, she says. And you used this company and these people as your experiment. She's a woman. She should get it. If you truly believed women were as competent as men, you'd have let them compete and collaborate equally. But the structural barriers you created, the ones where you explicitly sorted people by gender? Chief Operating Officer stands up. We're done here. Megan, security will escort you to collect your personal items. You'll receive information about the investigation and your employment status within 48 hours. You're firing me. We're determining the appropriate response to your actions. But you will not be functioning as Human Resources Director moving forward. That's certain. Jordan speaks up again. Can I say one more thing? Chief Operating Officer nods. I worked with Rachel for 3 years. She's brilliant. She's one of the best salespeople I've ever met. You took her off a mixed team where she was thriving and put her on a team where you told her she had to represent all women. You know what she told me last week? I don't want to hear this. She said she's never felt more like just a woman than when you made everything about her being a woman. She said she felt like you reduced her to a gender instead of treating her like a professional. Don't have a response to that. Security appears at the door. This is actually happening. The walk to my office is humiliating. Everyone's staring. Word has already spread somehow. Collect my things in a box. Photos, coffee mug, the award I got last year for Innovative Human Resources Leadership. That's ironic now. Security escorts me to the parking garage. Sit in my car for 20 minutes before I can even turn it on. Check my phone. Email from Chief Operating Officer already sent to whole company. Leadership changes in Human Resources Department. Jennifer's appointment announced. Commitment to merit-based team composition moving forward. Might as well say, we're undoing everything Megan did. Next 48 hours are a blur. Called my mentor from grad school. She doesn't return my call. Check LinkedIn. People are already updating their profiles, distancing themselves from my initiatives. Get the official email Wednesday evening. Terminated for cause. Discriminatory practices. Violation of company anti-discrimination policies. Misuse of authority. Negative performance impact. Tried to fight it. Consulted with an employment lawyer. She read through everything and said, I don't have a case. You documented your own discrimination in writing, but it was discrimination in favor of an oppressed group. Doesn't matter. You can't treat employees differently based on protected characteristics. Gender is a protected characteristic. Even for men, especially for men when you're explicitly disadvantaging them. Word spreads in the industry. Turns out the chief financial officer sits on a board with chief financial officers from 3 other companies. Suddenly I'm unhireable. Applied to 47 positions over the next 2 months. Got 3 interviews. All of them ended when they checked references. Former colleagues won't return my calls. Even the women I promoted, the ones I helped, they've all disavowed me. Saw a LinkedIn post from Jennifer 3 months later. She restructured all the teams, based on complementary skills and demonstrated collaboration. All the metrics recovered within 6 weeks. Some exceeded previous performance. Sales Team Alpha, now mixed gender, now including Jordan again, up 18% year over year. Rachel quoted in the company newsletter, "It's great to be back on a team where I'm valued for what I contribute, not what I represent. I've tried to write about my experience." Pitched it as a story about corporate resistance to change, about how patriarchal structures defend themselves. No publications interested. One editor wrote back, "The data doesn't support your narrative. The data. Always the fucking data." 9 months later. Working as a coordinator at a non-profit, making 1/3 of what I made before. My new boss is 26 and keeps asking me to check my assumptions. The irony is not lost on me. It's also not funny. Saw Jordan speak at an industry conference. He was on a panel about building high-performance teams, talked about the importance of diversity of thought, not diversity of demographics for its own sake, but actual cognitive diversity, putting people together who think differently, challenge each other, make each other better. The audience ate it up. He mentioned, without naming me, a cautionary tale of someone who confused equality with sameness, who believed so little in women's ability to compete that she had to segregate them from competition. Got a standing ovation. Think about that a lot now. About how I thought I was helping. About how certain I was. About how the numbers, the clear objective numbers, told a story I refused to hear. about how I destroyed my career trying to prove something that wasn't true, about how I hurt the people I thought I was helping. Late at night, sometimes I wonder if I had just trusted people, trusted women to succeed without my protection, trusted men to collaborate without my suspicion, trusted that maybe, possibly, the goal was never to prove one gender superior, but to let everyone be excellent together. But I didn't. And now I'm here, and they're all there, succeeding, working together, probably not thinking about me at all. Maybe that's the worst part. Not that I failed, but that everything worked better the moment I was gone.